Today I'm going to show you how to make your videos go from this
to this. Let's check it out.
So I know many of you guys out there are using either smartphones, or older DSLRs, or maybe even some low-end mirrorless cameras in order to produce your YouTube videos. And you've probably stopped by this video because you're looking for new ways to up your YouTube game. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through a few tips and tricks on how to improve your overall look of your videos without having to go out and spend thousands of dollars on new gear. So I encourage you to watch to the end because each one of these tricks is definitely going to make a difference. So our first tip, which is often one that is overlooked, is to use a tripod. Having a locked off steady shot is a quick way to improve your videos. Oftentimes when people are starting out, they're either hand holding their camera or they're having somebody else walk around filming for them. But the first signs of an amateur video is having shaky footage. You definitely don't want shaky footage unless it's something that's artistically intended. But there are many tripods out there that are very inexpensive. You really don't need very much of a tripod at all in order to hold a cell phone or a small DSLR camera. So my second tip, which is going to be the most valuable tip that I give you in this entire video. So if you walk away with anything, this is the tip that you want to walk away with. It's our lighting. Lighting is one of the easiest and quickest ways to improve your videos. Lots of times people go out and they invest thousands of dollars on new camera equipment, new lenses, all these different things, thinking that that's what they need in order to improve their videos. When really, if they made some simple changes to their lighting or up their lighting gear, then they would have made a huge difference on their videos and it would have made things look so much more professional with the camera equipment that they already had. So as you can see in this room, we're using just the ceiling light. I mean, things don't look very good right now. The colors are very dull. The scene is very flat. There's lots of different shadows all over the place. There's really not a whole lot of interest to this scene at all. So we're gonna set up a few different lights within the room in order to make a difference on our videos. And so let me walk you through that. So this is our first light and it's called a key light. The reason why it's the key light is because it's the main light that is lighting the subject, in this case me. Now the light that I'm using is a fairly expensive one, but it's not something that is necessary. I'm using a Klar Illumimax 120 with a Glow Easy Lock 36-inch parabolic softbox with a grid. And that's what's giving me that smooth, soft lighting. But there are lots of different ways to achieve that. You can simply bounce a light off of a white wall and have it reflect back onto you. That's a good way to diffuse light. Or you can use a regular light with a white sheet in front of it, you know, within the safe distance so it's not going to catch fire or anything. But all you need is just some way to diffuse the light so you're not getting harsh shadows on your face. As you can see, this light is just kind of smoothly falling off my face. I'm not getting harsh shadows under my eyes, which is horrible, or harsh shadows under my nose or my chin. It's a very soft shadow. And also behind me, you're not seeing tons of hard shadows on the wall behind me where you can see a silhouette of me moving around as I move. You just want some way to diffuse the light. For our next light, we're going to be using a fill light. Now this is a very simple light. I don't have a second softbox or anything like that set up here. It's just a light that is reflecting off a white piece of cardboard back onto my face. Just enough to kind of fill in the light here so it's not so dark and moody. You can leave it with just the key light if that's a look that you go for, but I kind of like something a little bit more bright on this side. And so just a very simple light to add some fill. And there's lots of ways to do that too. You can take that same piece of cardboard and just kind of bring it in a little bit closer to where it's not in your shot, and that will pick up some light from your main key light, which the main key light is about 45 degrees from me, and it's about 45 degrees upwards pointing down on me. And so that just gives you kind of the shadows and everything the way that you want them. But for the fill light, if I wanted to place a piece of cardboard here, I could just have it reflecting back on my face over here just to kind of fill in those shadows a bit. So our next tip is basically to add some interest to the background. As you can see, I have up on this shelf here a few lenses, cameras, things like that just tell a little bit of a story about who I am and gives people a little bit more of a personal feel of the types of things that interest me. It also goes along with the theme of what my channel is about, which is video, cameras, photo, tech, all that sort of stuff. And so that's just one way to add interest to your background, but there are other ways too, and that is also through lighting. So many people will add what are called practical lights to the background. You'll see it all throughout Hollywood videos, music videos, interview videos, things like that. It's where they'll add a contrasting color light to the background. And as you can see here, I'll turn these on. These are just a couple of practical lights that I have hanging from the ceiling. And they're a tungsten warm color, but it's kind of a different color than the rest of it, just to add some interest. And along those lines too, I'm also a big fan of the teal orange look, which is very common in Hollywood and things like that. And I just like the feel of those colors. You'll find those colors throughout most of my videos. But I have a couple RGB lights behind the couch here. And those are very inexpensive lights that I got from Amazon. I want to say they cost me maybe about 30 bucks for both of them. And they are controlled by an app. There's tons of different colors that you can change it to, whatever works for you. But you can see that really adds some interest to our scene and has just totally dramatically changed everything and really given us a much more appealing look than what we started off with. But now for a bonus tip, and this is one that is also often overlooked, is audio. As you can see here, I'm using just a very inexpensive lapel mic. This mic literally cost me, I want to say $15 a couple of years ago on Amazon, and it's one that is still being sold out there. I will leave links again for you down below. But having good audio makes a huge difference to your videos. Oftentimes people will overlook bad video quality, but they will not overlook bad audio quality. You know, even though they don't necessarily recognize it, having harsh audio will really bother people, and they just won't enjoy watching your video. So, and I know because I have videos, you can go back to some of my older videos and see where some of them the audio quality was not very good at all, and people commented on it, and that's how I learned. And so the bonus tip is basically just to get yourself a better audio source. There are lots of different ways. You can use different little cheap Rode mics. You can use cheap lapels like this. Basically any way to improve your audio game. And other than that, that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope that you really enjoyed this video and that you were able to get something out of it. If you found this video helpful, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up, as it definitely helps both this video and this channel out. And as always, if you have any kind of questions or comments, let me know down in the comment section below. I love to hear from you guys. I love to engage with you guys. And if you are new here and you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button as well as that bell for future notifications. And until the next one, I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching.